might this area just cave in? Oh geez, everywhere caved in actually. Damn, that's not what I meant to look at. Mementos. Must find a new way out of this area. The door leading to the local library is locked. Is there another entrance? Well, alas, time to play piano for the rest of my life. Let's see. Well, if we're gonna be doing some goddamn puzzles in this area, I might as well like this. So I'll go completely insane. Maps. Maps is open. Fragile, but not breakable by hand. Nice little candle, though. Okay, before I go do this, enjoy the candlelight. See, it's got niceties in its own form. Let's go into the darkness. Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's so nice when I take a screenshot. Pages we can't open up. Central Prussia, Kingdom of Prussia. Pretty sure those aren't actually real places. Maybe I'm wrong though. I don't know much about geography, country names. Actually, the light's not gonna take us in. I should light up this chandelier. So note. Before I pick up the note, I'm gonna scrub through these drawers. Don't need to read. More tinders. Pick up the tinder I guess I just used. Just keep him low to the ground again, don't mind me.
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Yeah, sure, fine. Ahead of me, there was a bright blue light at the end of the tunnel. They say don't go towards the light, but
it was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
It is a light. Oh, is this light even for? What does it do? Don't know. I'll pick it up, though.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Nothing to add to my inventory, but yeah. There's nothing else through here. Oh, the area's been unblockaded though, that's the bright side. Sandy holding up is the same? Oh, it actually went up! How nice. You know, the rock sliding coming in. Now, I guess it was to explain a backstory as we were some sort of adventure that went out to see a lot of different people. Fragile, but not breakable. But it did just break by hand. I just have to click it a lot. Well, sure, I'll hop through.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Okay. Mementos. There is some sort of secret door mechanism in the local library room. Fair. Books are as books do. There's more oil. Picked up oil. A draft of faint light coming from behind the shelf. There must be a way in. Or a way out. Can't push it in or back out from there. I like this here. So it's not possible to see in here. There's a note. Or local folklore. Alstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region I can't remember now. Another region rich with lore is Aldat, deep with the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. In the quiet forest-clad mountains, dressed with scattered lakes, as picturesque as it can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local, and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twist on the tales, but there are some motives that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. The story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty in essence. Many have sighed at them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They sometimes move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Hennis Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstadt in the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of the kingdom past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in his northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstadt, I can't say it for the life of me, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives in a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby Alstadt. And, like most of these of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of the occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. So basically Alexander is a fucking time wizard, no, in which case he can probably live for a really long period of time. It's a time puzzle. Yeah. Ta-da, library. More paintings we've seen a few times already. There's also a key here. When I first open up these drawers. I think the key's gonna be the trigger. Trigger to let the beast out. Unleash the Krakens! And all that fun stuff. We'll find out. First I'll read the note, I guess. Regarding closing of the wine cellar. Willem and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first. They can rot for all I care. Maybe I'll feed them some wine. It would be, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Wine cellar. This outcome does not surprise many. I mean, literally, we pick up a key. Maybe the monster spawns. I could go out. Yeah, I'll go out. I want to learn the monster anyway. I'm going to try and mess around with the monster for one round. And that's even if the monster's here. I don't actually see him, so... Yeah. The door did open. Now, if my map's correct, this is the door that was locked earlier, right next to this candle, right? Yeah. See nice lights. Enjoy the nice scented candles we have here. Kind of want to science with the monster a bit, learn its behavior a bit, so this was not... Oh dear. That door wasn't closed before. Oh no, dear sir. I would like to leave. We did get a key, actually. Did I put that to a slot? Actually, how do you use items in this? I guess I just use them automatically? It's not like the number again. I'm gonna have to make all my goddamn comparisons to it, but yeah, I guess keys will be used automatically then. Well, sure. I'll go back to the main entry middle area. Oh, there it is. Monster walked away the opposite way, because why not? I wonder if that was scripted to happen, or if I just happened to come behind him as he was walking that way. Regardless, I'm gonna follow him. This way. Anything for the lights? No. I don't immediately see him, so I can probably sneak out. I can hear him, though. I'll go this way. Rare books. Monster decides to play piano in his pastime. I can respect the hobby. A handful of sand trickled from the crumbling stone ceiling and pushed down on the brain of his hat. He braced himself at the cavern, suddenly shifted and settled. Or these are all passages from books. Oh. Blood's dripping from the walls. Wasn't nearly this bloody a bit ago, but or either that or the organic matter is growing everywhere offhand now. Could really be either or. Picked up tinderbox. Can't go that way. Just enjoying the flesh here. Hey. That was a low quality fluttering sound, but I can roll with it. Should I finally follow the screaming I was hearing from down here? Has been a while now, hasn't it? As dead can be. Wine cellar, laboratory. Laboratory, wine cellar. Let's see if the wine cellar is open. Amnesia's wine cellar is infamous, so obviously something's gotta happen here. Use the key on the door and unlock it. Well, I'll do that when I figure out how to use the door on the key. That's the first problem here. The laboratory is surprisingly open. It's one I expected not to be open. The sand gave way to his tired body as he fell from the camel's back. He felt the wind gently sweep across his face and his dry, crusted lips. I don't need to light that. I'm fine. Insanity won't kill me until I think it does. Guessing it's down here in the laboratory that we hear the female screaming. I'm not wrong. I do have a key. Oh, that's actually for the wine cellar. Do I drag it out? I don't know how to equip anything in this. Well, whatever. I'll figure it out next time. For the moment, we're going down to the laboratory. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. So go to the light source first, see how my sanity's holding up. Probably not very well. Stay not dangerously low, make sure to stay in the light and try to make progress. Oh yeah, sanities are ... Well, will sanity draining actually kill me? I kind of secretly hope. I just realized this game didn't have difficulty options. Interesting to note. A lot more grounded. I mean, again, will losing sanity really kill me? Probably not. Probably just make it more difficult. At least that's what my hopes tell me. Oh, insects having a good time? Or you want it to be. What was that? It's the whispering of the cockroaches that we imagine in our heads. I'll make a light source here. I I don't actually want us to die of insanity, so let's go down here. There's a chandelier here, you'll be fine. Nothing else back here. There's a tinderbox thing. I'll pick up more of those until it's a fun time. Wow. It's a down area. Think there's something in the water? Well, regardless of that, let's look around a bit more. Let me gaze in your light. Oh, it's got a nice little water refactory texture thing going on there. Some more oil. I say that for later, and a note. Chemical relocation. The lack of a chimney to propel vent the fumes from the most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. So chemicals move to the wine cellar. Got it. Back to the light source as I investigate and think about this. Is this our organic tissues? Chemical ingredients have been moved from the laboratory to the wine cellar. Well, guess what I have the key to? If you said the wine cellar, you'd be on the nose.
There should be more coop racks. Let me see. And one part aqua fortis.
Fair is fair. This stuff around. Doesn't seem to be much of anything. Anything back here. Another note. And a chemistry pot. Don't let the monsters know I'm insane. What's that? One day I'll return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you as long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them, they lust for power without restraint. Violently crave fair judgment and safe return. Is this set in the Penumbra universe? I'm asking that because the save station is literally, I think, almost the exact same as Penumbra. It's just instead of being orange lantern type thing, it's more blue. But it has the same faint white text that Penumbra does. I assume that's the save station. Also, there's something inside there I only just noticed. That also restored all my health, or my sanity. Well, at least it's better. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense them close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the caprite binds them well. This time I'll attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, and hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent, which means I'm probably supposed to use that to get rid of the organic tissue. Got it. Organic tissue reacts especially violently in the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope and I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. There, all is well. I'll light this. And I guess this also heals. So do we have a love if we're saying my love and all that? Oh, whatever, we're a little bit better off. Since we're probably going to come back here and do some chemistry experiment or something. That's probably the reason why I did that.
Is anyone there?
I don't know, is anyone there? You tell me, dear sir. I'm going back upstairs. We have the wine cellar key, which is probably where we're supposed to go, and also probably where the game gets worse, because I've never played or watched anyone play Amnesia, and even I know about the wine cellar. It was done, the men said the tomb had been revealed, him in the weights. if I know about it, then obviously something important happens there. And since we already have hints of the monster coming to play finally, then yeah. Now I just need to figure out how to use items. Right click, you would think. Do I pull it out? I really don't get it. I guess I'll figure it out. I would actually light a light in here if there was any. I guess I'll just have to use this. Alright. Use the key on the door to unlock it. I don't know how to use the key on the door. I'm trying really hard to figure that out. Let me actually look at my options. Maybe there's like an option here. Input. Key config. Action, use, backward, lean right, lean, fun, run, crouch, jump. That's all movement. Actions. Throw, interact, rotate. Okay, remember R's rotate. Lantern, misc. Inventory tab, journal mementos, open recent text, crosshair toggle. Doesn't tell me what I'm supposed to do here though. Alright. Well. How do I use my key? This is such a dumb predicament. There's probably something super obvious if I was supposed to use it, but I don't see a hand icon. This is definitely the right key. It says fucking wine cellar on it. Of course, it's purposely trying to deceive me, but that doesn't seem very likely. Use the key on the door to unlock it. That is definitely what I'm trying to do, dear game, but the key won't go out of the hands here. I'm trying to figure it out as I can go in there. It's not as easy as dragging it off the screen or holding it and pressing tab or anything. It's not as easy as... Oh, here we go. You have to double click it to unlock it. It's a double click thing. Got it. Statues were praying, gazing into the dark, doomed ceiling. I think it's probably where the game's gonna probably get me a few times and scares as I try and learn it. Beware when staying in darkness, sandy will slowly drain. I'm aware. Just getting to a light source. This is in fact a light source. Don't be so picky, dear sir.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime! Or at least until tomorrow!
Huh. Slight headache. I'm actually doing better health-wise or sanity-wise than I expected. There's a map here. It's not that big. Staircase, wine, brew, a few rooms. Probably a monster in here. Door right there is locked. Over here is light. Oh, since there's a map, the problem is there's also monsters. If the stairway leads down there, that means that leads to the barrel room. Closer to me, that door, I guess? No, there's a door on the other side. I'll check down here, though. Oh, no, there's a door. I'll go here for light. Probably have to get used to the monsters all coming about in and out, but yeah. I'll start crouching around, be Mr. Hidden, just in case. Monster's making a lot of noise in there. The door shall not open for me. Let's go over to the light. See how my health is standing up. Probably not very well. Yep, didn't think so. Enemies nearer. Stay outside in the darkness. Make sure to turn on the lantern. Well, there you go. I also know, don't look at the monster or else I'll go insane. As per policy. I hear the monster sounds. Of course, after the key item. hide back here. Oh, he's gone. The light I need so I don't go fully insane. Let's continue because Monster's having a fun time wandering. You can hear him having a fun time. Listen to those chains rattle. Probably went through the door is my guess. So I'm gonna try and sneak around him. Yeah, he closed the door behind him. What a gentle monster. Ooh, things falling from the sky. Honestly, that might get his attention though, so I should be a little bit cautious. Honestly, going insane is probably beneficial in this case, as opposed to being in the light so often. I did not open this door, so he's probably wandering. Let's get into the light. Calm myself down. All these tinder boxes for later in the game. I'll be happy I have them then. I think that footstep wasn't me, actually. My sanity is gone. That's okay, I'm just wandering in the dark. I guess they wanted to make the sanity system partially so you could do the flashing red is just a normal effect of insanity. Obviously I see that up there. Oh, that's a light. I actually would prefer not to have that. I picked up Optimint. I'm looking for more chemicals than just that though. Monsters near, so I should hide a little bit. Or that, or I'm just going insane. One or the other, really. I'll stand in the light for a second till I got better standing on my bearings. Still going insane, but hey, at least one of the chemicals. We're gonna read my notes again. So I have Oppermint. What did the notes say all I needed? Early alchemy. Okay, this is my third attempt. Okay, I sense them close. I need Calamine and Optimint are given, and Cupite binds them well. This time I'll attempt Aqua Regia instead of Aqua Forest. So Aqua Regia. So there's 4 chemicals, I only have 1. Actually, Landra, medical bracelet to improve health and help heal wounds. I guess that gives me overall more health. Well, I'll wait until I've gotten actually hurt, so it seems like it's the yellow-green herb mixture in Resident Evil. See no more shiny jars, so I assume that we're good there. Okay, any more other chemical conjunctions that will help me put stuff together? At least I don't see any shinies down here, so going down to the main cellar area. The most likely place I'm actually going to run into the monster, but you know, whatever. It's also the area that'd be easiest to avoid him in, so... At least I assume. Actually, probably the area that'd be easiest to avoid him in is the area that's a lot of obstacles. I don't know how the monster works yet, that's what I'm going to have to figure out, but yeah. In my imagination, that's how it would work. Oh, this door's open. This really wasn't open literally a little bit ago. That's where the monster came from? Picked up cupcake. Which means the door locked behind me. Make me go insane. I'll let myself stabilize here a little bit. Not saying the darkness doesn't have its own appeals. A lot of saws and stuff here. And it shit's in the barrels. Sneak on through. That makes 2. Orpiment, a jar of ointment, and a jar of cuprite, which means 2 more to go. Landarin wasn't one of them, right? Look. No. Calamine Aqua Regia. That's what I believe I'm looking for. Because I have Orpiment and cuprites. guess when he's too insane, he just becomes incapable of moving. That's an unfortunate effect of insanity, if I understood that correctly. I hear the chains rattling, but they don't sound nice. In fact, it sounds like I'm walking away from them. I'm guessing the chains are a signification to let him know that he's coming, though. I need more chemicals.
What's happening? Oh, feels like my chest is going to burst.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Accept it. We're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
Yeah, Alexander doing stuff. Though, isn't this in like the 18th century? Was shit really used back then? Was the phrase "piece of shit" really used back then? I don't really know old language, but I never heard anyone use that. I mean, obviously, there's shit that's poop, but you know, I still only got 2 of the ingredients. Just need to look a bit better, harder, better, faster, stronger. Nothing really here in this crevice. I'm sure there'll be more shiny soon. Wilhelm's last words. My name is Wilhelm, House of Gareth. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed knight of the order would want from me and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly and offered me a proposition. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because the follies of my past and not the honors I've been rewarded with during the time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position with noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I've brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100, none of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us with a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my man drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into the diabolical ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood is beginning to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer write. I need a hiding spot. There I go. Awesome. It's my next chemical. Aqua Regia. Only 1 more to go. No. I have an idea where the last one is, too. You can't go any more insane than completely insane. Or actually, no, my sanity summaries went up. It's probably because I'm completing my objectives, I guess. They did say that I will regain sanity, complete objectives. So I guess that's what I'm doing right. Let's sneak through here. At the very least, I don't need to speak of the devil, the chains of the beast, so yeah, he's probably hiding over here, but that's fine. Now the whispering's kicking in. I was wondering if that was going to kick in. Every insanity game needs whispering. Broken has a few drops of oil. The lantern with a few drops of oil. Oh, that's nice. Still got 6 jars of oil, but I'm saving it for later. very conservative when it comes to these things, you see. Oh, is that the last chemical I need? No, that's a tinder box. There it is. And I'm knocked out once I collect it all for 10 minutes, of course.